Silence, punk. We're gonna switch up the intro on this episode because there's something I got to say. When you have haters and when times get hard, you gotta develop a character. And the character I developed is called the Iron Chef. And in the words of another Iron Man that I know, Iron Mike Tyson, he said, "My defense is impenetrable and impregnable." And sounds to me like he's saying that his defense has a chastity belt. What's up, everybody? I hope y'all all had a good week. It has been a week since you last seen me from my last episode. Well, I have episodes, but my last cooking episode, let me be specific. All right, so I got some veggies here, y'all, that I'm going to do for my lasagna rolls. Onion, white onion. Got some lemon here. Yellow bell pepper, orange bell pepper, green bell pepper. Got some green onion for garnish. And corn on the cob, why not? All right, so let's get going on the onions. All right, next, let's dice a green pepper. Green bell pepper, that is. Nothing fancy, just giving it a rough chop. And I'm going to proceed to do the same thing with the yellow, orange, and red bell pepper. You know, nice little dice. So that's my orange, red, yellow, green bell peppers, white onion. Let's add some minced garlic to that. All right, now I'm just gonna bust a lemon in half because I'll be using the juice from one half of this lemon. Green onion for garnish. So that's that. We got our green onion for garnish. You know, some people would probably want to use parsley or something like that, but I just love green onion garnish on everything. All right, y'all, so these are going to be tuna. Why do I keep saying tuna, bro? I had to do like 50 different takes, y'all, because I keep saying tuna. Salmon, all right? Even though I'm labeling these as salmon lasagna rolls, the majority of the fish that's going to be in this roll is swai. So I have some swai fillets here, and I have some smoked salmon here. So it's going to be smoked salmon, swai, crab claw. All right, and we're going to add some spinach to that, make a nice, you know what I'm saying, nice spinach, cream cheese, filling type, you know, mixture to do our stuffing with. And let's just get it going, y'all, because I probably do a better job cooking than I do talking. You know, we're not slow down south, we just can't talk. Because we're not doing anything with the smoked salmon, it's already cooked. But the swai fillets, I'm gonna go ahead and get the moisture out of them by patting them dry. That way you get a good sear on them. You don't want all of that liquid releasing when you're cooking the fish because it's not going to get that nice sear that I'm looking for. So let's pat as much moisture out of here as possible. Oh yeah. Do me a favor on that corn. Is that water boiling? It's bubbling? Yes. All right, go ahead and turn that down to about 2. We're just going to let that simmer the rest of the way. Get that corn going with a boil first. All right, so I'm gonna hit this swai with some Old Bay. Salt, pepper, I don't really like having nothing set in stone, y'all. Just using what's on deck. I have my own seasoning brand called Chef Albrecht Seafood Seasoning Blend that's good on everything, but I'm out of it. And for the people that have been asking me for that seasoning, it's really not on the market yet because it's still in the works. Put some garlic powder on there. So there's garlic powder. Slap your mama. That's such a disrespectful name for a seasoning, ain't it? They add a little paprika to that too. Give it a little color. All right, then I'm gonna flip it, do some fish acrobatics, flip the fish, and we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. All right, y'all, I got some butter and oil in this pan, in the skillet. I see that white smoke, so that means it's ready. That means it's talking to me. It's talking when it does that. So I'm gonna go ahead and add my swamp fillets. The saute time on this fish may vary. I'm aiming for 2 minutes. Now let's go ahead and get a flip on this fish. All right, let's go ahead and put our fillets in here. And let's work on our next 3. You know you got to give it a taste to see how everything going. Look at that, nice and flaky. That's how you want your fish, nice and flaky. You know what I'm saying? Not overcooked. Man, that's good. All right, y'all, so once we get our fish seared up, we're gonna go ahead and crush it, shred it. Then we're gonna squeeze a little lemon juice on that. And let's put some of that smoked salmon off in there. And let's put our crab claw in there. See what this smoked salmon, swai, and crab combo tasting like. Oh man, that's dangerous. That's dangerous. All right, you see this pan with this goodness in there? We're gonna leave that in there because that's flavor. And let's just add a little oil. So we're gonna start our saute in this. So let's go ahead and add our red peppers, onions, orange peppers, yellow peppers, and green peppers, and some garlic. And we're gonna saute that. All right, now I'm gonna add some spinach to this. See that spinach starting to wither? All right, so now I'm gonna remove this from the heat, y'all. We're gonna add our cheese and our fish and seafood mixture to this. Yeah, let's hit this with some butter. And all of the seasonings that I used on the fish. And I'm gonna add these peppers and onions and garlic for my cheese sauce. Can't go wrong with that. You can't go wrong with that. So we're giving that a nice saute. Now let's add our heavy whipping cream. And we're just gonna bring this to a little simmer. Then we're gonna add our cheese. Turn that down a little. Nice simmer on there. I'm gonna throw some mozzarella in there. Some Parmesan. And some cheddar. And that there be our cheese sauce, y'all. Hit it one more time with those seasonings. The seasonings that I put on the fish. Okay, y'all, so while my water is boiling for the lasagna pasta, lasagna sheets, we're gonna go ahead and add that fish and seafood mixture. Listen, I paid some good money for this, so I'm getting everything. All my money's worth. I'm not leaving a crumb of this behind. Smoked salmon, swai, and crab claw meat. Now let's add that spinach and pepper mix. And some cream cheese. And let's hit it with some more of those little seasonings that I put on the fish. Making sure this nice and seasoned, y'all. We ain't playing no games. And we're just gonna get in there, man, and get messy. Hit it with some cheddar, mozzarella, and parm. Now let's glove back up and get back in there. But that's your mix that's going in the salmon roll. All right, and yeah. I'm an iron chef, so yeah, I'm using the wok. And I got my water boiling here, and we got our lasagna sheets. We're gonna go ahead and add it to the water. I'm adding veggie oil, but you know, most people, the oil of choice for them is olive oil. I don't have any olive oil in here, so I'm using veggie oil. Then you wanna hit it with your salt. After a little minute or so, you want to start moving those sheets around because you do not want them sticking. Get in there with my chopsticks. Make sure these noodles are separated, y'all. Want to keep lasagna noodles moving, man. Keep your eyes on them. You got to treat lasagna like it's a thief. You got to keep your eyes on it. I want to go for at least a minute. I want to get them pliable enough to begin my roll. You don't want to overdo it. So yeah, let's go ahead and turn this off now and start draining these and shocking them with cold water. Once I hit them with that cold water and stop that cooking process, lay them out on the sheet. We're gonna start rolling. So yeah, let's get these rolls rolling. Don't be scared of that helping. Put it on there. See all of that? I gotta use as much of that as possible. Just try to keep that filling in there as you roll. Get ourselves a pan, right? And we're gonna lay our cheese sauce on the bottom of the pan. Like so. Get a nice bit of that laid down. And once you get that laid down, just gonna place your rolls in there. Then we're gonna come back with that sauce. Put some off on the top. And this is why I made a heapful helping of sauce. Yeah. Now let's add some more cheese. Parmesan, mozzarella, cheddar. And we're gonna top it off with some parsley, y'all. Some dry parsley flakes. Fresh parsley is always better, but I don't have fresh parsley. Okay, y'all, so to the oven we go, 400 degrees. $400, 10 minutes. That beeping mean is done. I let it go for 10 minutes. At 400 degrees, I'm gonna give them a check, see if I need to put them back in there for a few more minutes. I'm starting with 10 because you can't undo over. But you can redo under, if that makes sense. Let's see what we got. Gotta sacrifice one now. You gotta sacrifice one. 10 minutes, 400 degrees. All that burn.
Orange Chef.
And there you have it, and I got to have it, y'all. You got your stuffed lasagna roll. That roll will be stuffed with salmon, swai, and crab meat, cheese, and spinach. And you got your corn on the cob and your Hawaiian sweet rolls on the side. If you want to know how I did it, just check out the full video, y'all. Woo, woo, woo. I am the chef of the United States, aka the Iron Chef. Thank y'all for watching. See you next time. You don't have to go home, but you have to get up out of my kitchen. You out.